Hey guys, this is Abdul Ghafoor and you are watching TLS Pedagogy. As you can see on the screen, the question that explains about the types of the learning. So in this video, I'm going to highlight the different types of the learning which might help you for upcoming test. So let's see. Do you know the types of the learning? I'm sure you all know the types of the learning. But here something is different. What the question exactly is talking about, let's see. So stay connected, don't skip the video. Here are the types of the learning. I have individually uploaded some videos about the blended learning and asynchronous learning and synchronous learning. So as you can see, these types of the learning are closely associated with each other. But what do you think? Is there any difference between? If it is, then what is it? You have to be very careful to understand what is the differences. The examiner may distract your mind to uh, put us a very critical and typical question. So let's understand uh, the differences between these types of the learning. So here we go. So you can see here the blended learning, that means mix in real-time learning or online learning, or you can say face-to-face learning and online learning. Then what about the online learning and the remote learning? So you might think about it, these are the same things. Okay, of course not. Okay, these are completely different. Okay, the online learning, it's a completely or entirely digital learning. For example, it can be teaching, it can be learning, it can be e-commerce. That's a completely for the whole time period since the beginning, or might be for ending. This is a completely online. However, the remote learning, that is for the time period and it has certain circumstances. For example, if we're going to compare the pandemic time period, that pandemic time period was a remote learning. Okay, that is a for time being for certain reasons. Okay, that can be a somebody is sick, somebody has a problem, unable to travel, like these type of the problem. Okay, so there's a difference between online and remote learning. For example, one of your employee, okay, and he has an emergency or something is going to be travel from out of the UAE, and he decided to conduct certain classes for online for certain time period. We call that's a remote learning for a certain time period. However, the asynchronous and the synchronous learning, as you can see over here, the question, let's talk about this question. The type of learning that students receive when they log into an educational platform in their own time after the teacher had uploaded the lesson plan, necessary resources and relevant. For example, your learning management system, virtual universities, online learning programs. Okay, they have uploaded and the individual has to study according to his or her pace of time, according to his feasible the schedule. So what will be the answer? Let's talk about, is it the smart learning? Of course not. Is it the programmed learning? Of course not. So we have the two things, asynchronous and synchronous. Keep in mind, these are these both are the distance learning. Let's talk about, back to the slide. Now you can see here, asynchronous learning, learn at your own pace. That's a completely distance learning whenever you decide, or your time and schedule, not based on the teacher, but based on yourself. Okay. Synchronous, that's a real-time interaction. That's distant. That means that the teacher and the students, they are present in the online classroom at the same time. So this is we call the real-time interaction. Now you can compare these asynchronous, synchronous, even they are also different than the blended learning, online learning, remote learning. So however, the distance learning, that's an online, again, that's form. Okay, it depends, if it is for the long time, that will be the completely online. If it is a for certain time period, then it will turn into the remote learning. Keep in mind, all the learning online learning platforms are the distance learning, but we differentiate it, and the education is differentiated in the different category in order to understand what is the difference between them. I hope this video is going to be useful. Here are certain more types of the learning. I'm sure you are familiar about this. Have a look on it, okay? And you have to practice all these for your upcoming test, okay? There's an individual video about the flipped classroom, collaborative learning, project-based learning, and what we call inquiry-based learning, but you have to look on it. So these are the certain terms I have decided to share with you. I'm sure this is going to be helping you a lot. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Till that, stay blessed, take care.